Okay, so since my last video on Tommy Robinson's bogus, illegitimate arrest by the George Orwell 1984 British police state, some more information has come out, and the judge has decided to put a press ban on it, essentially a gagging order on the media in Britain. So some newspapers, and other people, other printed press, or what, not technically, but what is classed as printed press, they put out some articles on the arrest of Tommy Robinson and they've been wiped from the internet. But as we're in the information age, these articles and whatnot have been archived. So I'll put a link to the archived articles and you can have a read of them for yourselves. The police and the state don't wish you to see and don't wish you to read them. But the press ban, the press gag doesn't affect me. I'm a private citizen, a private individual. I'm merely commenting on events and I'm referencing the sources of evidence that I have seen in order to prove that I'm correct in what I'm saying. So I'm not a publisher, I'm not a member of press, I'm not a journalist, I'm a private individual citizen just speaking and sharing his thoughts online. So the judge's name, I'll put this up on screen as well, but the judge that saw it fit to gag the entire British media is His Honour Judge Marson QC, and that was at the Crown Court at Leeds. So Honour Judge Marson QC is essentially a fascist and an authoritarian, certainly anti-free speech, and certainly wants to hide and bury this as best as he can. A quick comment on the police conduct. They arrested Tommy and Tommy was live streaming at the time. And for those of you that have seen the arrest, they kind of go for his phone straight away to try and get it off him in order to stop anything from getting out. But the police and the state in general are so dim-witted. They think they can stop the information from flowing on the internet in the information age. So the information that Tommy put out was already disseminated before the police even approached him to arrest him. So reaching for his phone in that manner was utterly pointless. The footage was already out there, the commentary was already out there. So the police are just demonstrating their stupidity there. And of course, it's just making a martyr of Tommy Robinson, and it's the Streisand effect. Every time they do this to him, he gets more public support, he gets more popularity, he becomes more widely known, and all the issues he's highlighting and addressing get more light shone on them. So if any police or state actors involved in this are watching this, you're absolute idiots. And every time you do this, it backfires. So my suggestion to you would just be to leave the man alone, let him speak, and the public will choose to pay attention to him or not to pay attention to him. Leave it to individuals. We're all adults, we're autonomous. Some of us have the intelligence to judge the evidence for ourselves, judge the claims for ourselves, validate them, check them. We're not babies. So the state is essentially enforcing a de facto blasphemy law. Tommy Robinson is silenced, purposely put in harm's way for speaking out on Islam and Muslims. And for the best part of 10 years, if not more, the state have persecuted this man wrongly and falsely, and pretty much all of his arrests have been bogus and illegitimate, and the police and state conduct has been illegal, and the latest arrest is no different, it's illegal. There's no basis for it. He broke no law. So they arrested him on the breach of the peace charge. Then they quickly changed the prosecution charge to a contempt of court charge. And also another illegal thing they did, they arrested him and they prosecuted him pretty much without trial or within a few hours. They denied him access to his own lawyer, and they just rushed through the arrest and they rushed through the charge. They denied him his lawyer, as I said, and they've gagged the entire British media on reporting on it. So that it is full on stasi tactics. It's like living in a fucking communist, well, under a communist regime. They've fabricated charges. They've essentially ignored due process. They've rushed through a bogus charge and a bogus prosecution, denied him his rights, his legal rights to his own lawyer and defense, and they've gagged the press on it. So it's absolutely disgraceful. I'm livid, and I'm just sharing this information that they tried to gag purely because I'm a free man in what's supposed to be a free country, and I'll do so as I please. And I don't give a fuck because I'm not a coward. Now, every other figure known in the UK, either online or just people in the general public eye, such as Katie Hopkins, anyone that's sort of aware of the damage that Islam and Muslims are doing in this country and speak out on it, raise awareness on it, they've all been gagged and they've all shut up about it because they don't want to be arrested or prosecuted. I mean, even Sargon has declined to comment directly on it. He did a video about Muslim prison gangs, but he chose to censor and silence himself. I'm not that guy. I'm not censoring myself. I'm not silencing myself. So just share this as widely as you can and just spread awareness. There's an event in London today, a protest. I think it's Whitehall. So anyone who's in and around London, I think it's at 3 p.m. If you can get yourself down to that, the more numbers, the better. But other than sharing and attending the protest, just donate money to Tommy Robinson's, towards his legal fees. That will be substantial. Now, I really hope I'm wrong, but I don't think he'll get out, even if he's granted access to his lawyer. I think they will imprison him. I think they will deliberately endanger him. And I'm just hoping and keeping everything crossed that he isn't hurt or killed. And if I'm brutally honest, I think there's a strong possibility of him being killed. Best case scenario, he gets out of prison and he's essentially gagged. He won't be doing any more journalism. even best case scenario, which is him avoiding prison and being silenced. He's going to be silenced one way or the other, whether it's just silencing him on bail conditions, further bail conditions, not permitting him to speak on any of this or speak on Islam or Muslim conduct, or they'll silence him by taking away his liberty, imprisoning him, likely getting him killed or seriously injured. Anyway,